everyone, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For my repeat offenders, this is Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today, we're talking all things Dua. This is my third Dua video. I'm trying to wait until I collect a few before I just continuously keep doing Dua videos, because I literally purchase Dua all the time. I really need to get myself together. It's become ridiculous, honestly. However, when you find something you like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? First up, we have an inspired fragrance. This is called Beauteous Delight, and it is inspired by Dior's Femme Delicieuse. I had a sample of that a few years back and did not care for it at all. I mean, not at all. Nothing about it at all, point blank period. But I really enjoyed this one because based on the memory that I have of Femme Delicieuse, it doesn't smell like it to me. So I can't speak to how it rings true. It's also been at least 2.5 years since I tried Femme Delicieuse. So again, I'm just not here to do a comparison as to whether or not it smells like the original for you. You can go to the website or you can go to the Facebook room and ask, because I'm just not. I'm treating this as if it's a standalone. Like, it's not an inspiration because I don't care about the original. Gotta keep it real. So let's go over the notes. In this, we have French lavender, mint, Chilean cherry, freesia, Egyptian jasmine, caramel, cedar, cacao, Venezuelan tonka beans, blonde leather, sandalwood, French vanilla, pralines, and milk. It's deemed or categorized as unisex, but this is feminine. Like, I would never want to smell this on my guy. For the smell, it's very pretty, and it does have like this hint of baby powder in it to me, but I don't mind that. It starts off with that French lavender and that mint, which is a very odd pairing to me. It was very unusual, but I enjoyed it. You really get everything in here, and the Chilean cherry is amazing. It almost, yeah, Chilean cherry. I feel like, yep, that's exactly what that's supposed to smell like. It's more deeper and darker than anything that you're going to get from like a maraschino cherry. It seems like it's spiced, maybe, or kind of like a liqueur type of thing. I really enjoy it. And that caramel, oh, it's not that sticky, icky, syrupy, sweet caramel. It adds this sweetness to it that's needed to blend everything together with that. And I shouldn't say baby powder, but it's definitely a powdery, I like it. I like it. It's very beautiful. One of the things I love most about this house is that it's not just an inspiration house. Yes, they do dupes or clones, whatever you want to call them. However, they also have original blends. This one is an original blend, and it's called Your Wish Is My Command. Now, some women have been scared off by this from the first spray. I was almost one of those, but I've learned to be patient, give things a chance. Also, this little tube in there, the one that the spray comes out of, this is what I have noticed in fragrances and my experience with dealing with fragrances. I don't know if it's because some of the juice gets pulled into that little tube early and it's just sitting there by itself, unable to blend with the rest of the family, all the liquid outside of it. And sometimes the first, second, third, or fourth spray are off-putting. Like, they're not a true representation of what's really going on. It's usually just the first 1 or 2 sprays. So if you spray something from Dua, especially because they're like made to order, a lot of the times they are making these batches and sending them out, which is why some people will tell you, let them sit on your shelf for a little while, sometimes up to 6 weeks, to let them let them mature. I'm not going to get into the argument and debate about what macerate means versus mature. From what I understand, macerate is what happens when they're blending it in the facilities. And then maturing is just if you wanted to sit and let it just mature, like let it grow, let it blend together on your shelf, and then start to use it, because a lot of times when fragrances sit, they become stronger and more potent. I use my Duas from the day they get here. I will 24 hours usually because of the cold. Now that it's getting warmer and it's hotter, I might not do that. It literally hurts me to know that they're in the house, to know they're in the package, and I'm not diving in. Like I'm not built that way. I'm not strong enough. So I found out about Your Wish Is My Command from Mega Dave, who has a YouTube channel called Oh So Fresh. And I think it's the Fresh, that's Fraiche. He's also a moderator and just a big deal over there in the Facebook room. If for no other reason, you should just go to his channel to look at him and listen to his voice. Okay, so Your Wish Is My Command. The notes are Madagascar vanilla, Indian amber, Persian rose, bitter almond oil, cotton candy accord, and white musk. Please, 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 please do not let the fact that there's cotton candy in this turn you off. I know there are a lot of people who consider that to be juvenile. This is for the grown and sexy. This is definitely a rich, deep, spicy, sweet, feminine, even though the first couple of sprays come across as masculine and it is labeled as unisex, this is very much a 70-80% feminine leaning fragrances. And that other 20 or 30% isn't really masculine. It just means, okay, because of that Persian rose, Indian amber, and that bitter almond oil, a man could get away with it. But it's not masculine. It's just not to me. And I'm telling you, I feel like I'm the girl that is just, I run away from anything, even if it's 1% too masculine for me. I think the most masculine fragrance I own is Versense by Versace. I just cannot do masculine. So it's beautiful, perfect for date night. If you're going to an award ceremony or something held at night, it's very rich and sultry and deep and sensual and sexy. I love this. And that's what Dave said. I think this was in one of his top 10 lists, like for sexiest gourmands for women or something like that. And I was watching that video. That's how I found out about it. But let me tell you, this is a different type of sexy for me. Dua is starting to work on me when it comes to spices, things that I used to be turned off by completely. Like the way that they use incense is amazing to me, and that is going to appear in some of the other fragrances that I talk about. But this one right here, don't shy back from this, baby. This is good. Next up, we have another Dua original blend. This one is called Fruitylicious. This kind of took the Facebook room by storm because everybody was just like, oh, I gotta have it. I gotta get my hands on it. I need it. What's it gonna smell like? And I was definitely one of those. This is such a different take on a fruity fragrance. Man, listen. Okay, let's go over the notes. I know a lot of you guys like to see the bottle. I still don't know if I'm close enough for you guys to really see it. I'm trying here. So, the notes are cranberry, red raspberry, black raspberry, huckleberry. You know what? I gotta watch Tombstone now. For you youngins, that might go over your head. But baby, Val Kilmer, do not play with me. Ripe plum, sour plum, dried plum, fresh orange pulp, incense, amber, and white musk. I love this perfume, y'all. And for those of you who've been watching me for a little while now, you know incense is not my thing. It is usually a turn off immediately. Just to even see it in the notes, I'm like, I'm good. And I even mentioned that when I saw it in the Facebook room page, whatever you call that thing. I was like, oh no, incense. I might wait. But something in me was like, no, let's not do that, because we have some other fragrances from them. The way they use incense, I love it. It doesn't smell like the incense you burn in your house. Like if you're about to do a seance or something. Oh, I cannot stand incense. Anyway, so this is a beautiful fruity fragrance with incense and amber and white musk to tone down the super sweetness and the super fruitiness of it. When you think about using, it's like ripe plum, sour plum, and dried plum. It's like you're getting every type of plum. Like the brilliance behind this. You got the red raspberry, the black raspberry, and the huckleberry. So there's a lot of tartness to this. This is not a super sickeningly sweet anything. It's like a potent, tart, slightly sweet, amazing fragrance to me. Next up, we have an inspired fragrance. This one is inspired by Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, which a lot of people didn't like. I never tried it because, of course, you guys know I'm not a Tom Ford fan. However, the way that people described Sour Peach by Dua made me want to try. So I love peach. I do. And the way that people describe this one, I knew if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have any problem selling it on the Facebook page or Macari or wherever I wanted to. I'm so glad I got this. It smells like a peach Jolly Rancher with a little bit of kick to it. So the notes are peach, Divana, sandalwood, blood orange, labdanum, and patchouli. Baby. So when you first spray it, first of all, this is the dry down. So I don't even know why I put that up to, oh my God, the dry down. Listen. Okay. So when you first spray it, you get that Jolly Rancher. If you ever had a peach Jolly Rancher, then you know what I'm talking about. You get that in the air immediately, and then that patchouli kicks in with that spiciness. It is not an earthy, dirty patchouli. It's more like a spice. It's like giving a little, zhuzh to the peach. If you were gonna, make your own peach liqueur at home or liquor at home, like I just feel like you would just be adding something to it to give it a little heat. That's what this is. So yeah. And on the stick, the spice is much stronger. On my skin, I smell 100% like a peach Jolly Rancher. I'm as happy as you could possibly be. I absolutely love this fragrance. I thought because of the notes that there would be more of a cold spring fall fragrance, but I'm interested to see what this does in the high heat and humidity here in the Midwest. This next one is also an inspired by fragrance. It is inspired by Christian Louboutin's Louis Rouge. You know, that really overhyped, overpriced vanilla fragrance? Yeah, that one. Only Dua has an extremely fantastic price point and a dead-on ringer for a dupe. So this is called Rouge Dua. The notes are cardamom, iris, and vanilla. So it's a spicy vanilla fragrance, great for date night, really pretty, really, really pretty. But even when I smelled the Louis Rouge, I knew I would never pay what they were asking me for. I knew that you could go and get spicy vanillas anywhere. A few that smell way better than that, actually, for a much cheaper price point. But when I saw that Dua was doing it, I like it enough that I wanted it in my collection, and I knew exactly where to get it from. Very pretty. It's a spicy vanilla, slightly spicy vanilla. It's not too sweet. It's slightly powdery because of that iris. It's beautiful. This next one is also an inspired fragrance. It is inspired by BDK Parfums Pas Sesor. This is a fruity fragrance for the ages. Like, I love this. And to not have to pay the BDK price, man, I'm just here for Dua. I mean, my bank account is here for Dua. Literally, I have like 40 of them now. Oh my goodness. The notes, okay, I'm sorry. This one is called Her Ambition. And this, again, is inspired by BDK's Pas Sesor. I guess that's how you pronounce that. The notes are mandarin orange, ginger, black pepper, quince or quince. Still don't know how to pronounce that fruit. Moroccan jasmine, orange blossom, cashmeran, amberwood, and patchouli. Also feminine. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. So if you smell Pas Sesor from BDK, or if you have that one, good for you. If it smells like this, super good for you. Because I can't compare the two. I love this. I am going to wear the freak out of this spring and this summer. It's yummy. This is, because they have the mandarin orange and the ginger. This isn't what you'd expect. This isn't like Hermes's Eau de Merveille or, a Twilly when you're thinking about a mandarin orange and that ginger. This doesn't give you that spicy bite like that. Somehow the orange still keeps the sweetness of the orange without being citrusy, and the ginger The ginger is like a muted ginger. But guys, you got to smell it though to understand what I'm saying. It's astonishingly perfect in the dry down. Now, when you first spray it, as a matter of fact, I'm going to spray it again because why not? Love the atomizers. When you first spray it, the orange is alive and well. It's beautiful. It's a citrus orange. Still a little muted. There's something in here that's keeping it from being that pungent citrus that so many people get turned off by. So if you're not usually a citrus lover, do not let this turn you away from this. It's not that. It's like the way that they filter pulp from an orange, from orange juice. When they filter the pulp out to give you pulp free, they're removing the pulp, okay? In this one, I feel like they kept the sweetness and the oranginess of it, but filtered out the like zesty, sour citrus part that can happen. Now, it's easy to do that with an orange because it's not like a lime or a lemon or a grapefruit where the citrus is out of, man, it smells so good. I don't care what I'm talking about anymore. I don't even feel like explaining this. I just want to smell it. And then the pepper. Ever so slightly there to add a little bit of to it. Oh, it's so yummy. I might need to get like a no, I don't. I was going to say I might need to get like a travel size or a discovery kit from BDK. But if Dua's going to keep doing them, I don't need to waste my time. This next one is another inspired by fragrance. This one is inspired by the 1998 original formulation of Hypnotic Poison. And I know a lot of people do not like the newer formulation. I don't. I purchased it because it was so hyped up back in 2019, and then I got it and never wore it. I was like, yeah, this is boring. So when I saw that Dua had the original formulation that all of the Ride or Die original fans crave and miss, I had to jump on it. This is called Hypnotizing Venom. And again, it's based off of the original formulation of Hypnotic Poison from 1998. This is so good. This is so good. This is the Hypnotic Poison that I have, but like on steroids. It is blended to perfection. It's louder, more potent. I don't get any of that Play-Doh business. This is the equivalent of what you will wear. Like if you were the new formulation of Hypnotic Poison to work, just basic, just nothing, special. And then you were going out for drinks afterwards or going on a date afterwards, you would top up with this and be set for the night. I'm talking about sexy. I'm talking about feminine. I'm talking about sultry. This is amazing. Get your hands on Hypnotizing Venom from Dua if you are someone who knows what the original Hypnotic Poison smelled like back then and you don't care for the formulation that's out now. Almost everybody I know who's done a review on this talks about it being a dead ringer for the original formulation. So Dua is really known for their unisex and especially their masculine fragrances. But outspoken women like me and tons of others on the Facebook page have been screaming that we want feminine fragrances. Not unisex, not masculine, but feminine. And so they are starting to roll them out. I have a couple more on the way, some super new ones. And this one that we're going to talk about is another Dua original blend, especially made for me. I mean, us women. This is called Siski Perfume. They also came out with a Broski Perfume to match with this one, which I think is hilarious because that one, of course, is masculine and this one is feminine. So again, that's Siski Perfume. The notes in this are Italian bergamot, peach, mandarin orange, grapefruit, violet, iris, rose de mai, toffee, patchouli, freesia, lily of the valley, vanilla, African orange flower, and white musk. This is definitely feminine and there are definitely a lot of notes, but when I tell you this is one of the most beautiful, fruity, floral combinations I've ever smelled, it's stunning. I can't stop spraying it. It's really, really pretty. It is also another one of those fragrances that is not dated, but it does remind me of something from when I was younger. Like when I was in my teens or in my 20s. something that makes it's reminiscent of that, and I want to smell it all the time. I feel like maybe this reminds me of someone who was very important to me back then. It's no longer in my life, but such a beautiful grown woman fragrance. This is beautiful for every day at work. You can go run your errands. This could be a signature scent. Last but not least, we have the pièce de résistance. We're going to be doing a battle. I have the original Angelique Noir from the House of Guerlain's Private Arts and Materials collection versus Julianna's Perfumes dupe of Angelique Noir, which is called Red Carpet Affair. And then I have Dua's inspiration or dupe of Angelique Noir, and it is called Dark Angelica. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the openings of all three. I've literally been playing with these because I wanted to see if I could pick a first, a second, and a third place. Sometimes Dua beats the originals. Gotta be honest. Sometimes they don't. So let's get right into it. Another thing that I noticed when comparing these this morning was that the notes are different. So these truly are inspired by, well, at least Julianna's. I don't think that she's actually trying to dupe or clone it. I think she just wanted to give the same feel and zhuzh. So I almost don't want to compare her, but the vibe is so great. And again, when I'm not anywhere near the real Angelique Noir, this smells just like it to me. So let's go over the notes. Okay, the top notes are Angelica and pear. The heart notes are lavender, rose, and white musk. And the base notes are vanilla and jasmine sambac. Let's do. Boy, that is such a strong, direct, beautiful, all-encompassing atomizer. And I love the packaging. I just think that this bottle is beautiful. The opening of this is that beautiful, spicy Angelica washing all over that pear. And then there's this greenness, which Angelique Noir is known for. I think of it as a green vanilla fragrance. And it doesn't matter what else is going on in there. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting green and I'm getting vanilla. But in this one, when I'm doing this review side by side, I want to walk through the notes and get a feel for what I'm experiencing at first spray. And the use of Angelica in this is stunning. The pear is definitely one of those green pears that isn't ripe yet. I mean, you can eat it if you want to, but it won't be as juicy. There's still a little bit of tartness and hardness to it. That's definitely what I'm getting from the pear in this. The lavender and the rose and the white musk are just together as a group in unison. Neither one of them stand out more or less than the other. They're just a smooth floral blend. And of course, the vanilla and the jasmine. I just, for these notes, I don't know what pulls as green as it does. I would feel like, and I know that I don't post everything. I feel like there's got to be some grass in here. There's something truly green that mixes so beautifully with the florals and the Angelica spice that, oh man, I just love the spiciness of Angelica. I really, really do. Next, we're going to go over Dua. So Dua is called Dark Angelica. Again, this is their dupe for Angelique Noir from the House of Guerlain. The notes are Angelica, pear, pink pepper, caraway, jasmine, vanilla, and cedar wood. So, already a little different from what we got from Julianna's. Make sure nothing's on there. Which way do I want to spray? Oh, what the heck? Yeah. Atomizer shortened to the point as well. Oh. See, it's crazy to me. It's like I'm adding layers and layers of Angelique Noir to my life, and I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. There is such a strong sensation of citrus in all three of these that I don't even understand how the Angelica turns the pear into smelling like, bergamot or something. Like, I just cannot believe there's not citrus in the opening in these. And you even get it with the real Angelique Noir too. It's like this really beautiful zestiness. And I'm just going to assume that that is the Angelica and the pair. The work they do together is amazing. So with this one, nice, zesty, spicy, fresh opening with that Angelica and that pear. And it becomes sweeter next and then moves into that greenness, and then the vanilla comes alive in this one. I like the transitions of all of these because none of them are linear. You get something in the opening and then it just starts to change and change and change and change again. And Dua does that so well. It's more potent than the Julianna's Parfums in the opening, throughout the mid, and in the end. Last but not least, we have the original. I just have a sample of Angelique Noir because the $260 price point is too much for me. I purchased this from fragrancesline.com. And the notes, according to Fragrantica, are Angelica, pear, and pink pepper in the top. So we get that with Dua. We see the same similarities there with Dua. And then we have jasmine and caraway, same similarities with Dua. And then we have Angelica, vanilla, and cedar. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same thing with Dua as well. Let me see. Vanilla, cedar, wood. Jasmine, vanilla, cedar, wood. Okay. Caraway, jasmine, vanilla, cedar wood. Caraway, jasmine, vanilla. Okay, so Dua doesn't mention having Angelica in the base again, like Angelique Noir does at the top and in the base. But in Dua's defense, they just put their notes together. They don't say what's in the top, what's in the mid, what's in the bottom. So for all I know, there could be a double dosage of Angelica in there. So this, baby, let me tell you something. The original is $260 for a reason. There is something that is in this that is so rich, so potent, so amazing that I don't think it just can't 100% be duplicated. But out of these two, Dua is definitely more spot on of a dupe than Julianna's Perfume. Doesn't make Julianna's any less friggin' amazing because I still love that fragrance. This has a spiciness to it that makes the pear literally smell like the loudest bergamot ever, in the best way. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, I love this opening. This is less sweet, more spicy citrus, and less green in the opening than Dua. And it just works. It plays to perfection. When I say that the openings of these are so similar, I mean, I can't imagine anything getting closer to duping this. I will give it to Dua, like I said, especially through the opening in the mid. It is so much more like Angelique Noir. These are just, you will not go wrong no matter which one of these you pick. If you have the money to drop $260 on a bottle, go and get the original. I would absolutely say that it's a dream of mine to have it one day. But if you like a more subtle, softer vibe, go with Julianna's. If you want that same vibe almost that you're going to get from the original, go with Dua. If you want to be loud and you want to be smelled from miles away, not literally, guys, come on. Yeah, my gosh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you take the opportunity to go to theduabrand.com or to the Dua Facebook page. Get lost and have fun like I always do. Be careful though. They will hit you with these sales and the next thing you know, you go from 0 to 40 in 2 months. It's dangerous. However, if you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the like button and select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Let's talk about Dua in the comments if you have any of these or if you don't. And until then,